Hello, Aaron Havens here. Glad to be joining you. Today I want to talk about tangible touches. Now, before you start going south with your thoughts, I promise I'm going to keep it clean, but the topic today is tangible touches. I want to ask you a question. As a leader of your organization, when was the last time you spent intentional and purpose time touching your product? Now, we all have a product. Every organization has a product. It's different. Some of us, our products are tangible. We can touch them. We can smell them. Well, we can sell them. And it's important to spend time with that product to remind us of its greatness. Some of our products are, well, we can't touch them. We're in the people industry. And how important is it to spend time with those people to remind us that we really do like them? We really are organized for them. And now I want to split this in two different categories. The first category I want to talk about is our professional lives. And the second category I want to talk about is our personal lives and what goes on with us individually. Now, as professionals, as leaders, as forerunners of our organizations, it's important to keep that 10,000 foot elevation where we're looking down on our organization and we have the whole scope of it in mind. We're not getting caught up in the little mundane details. That's bad. We need to keep that scope. But we cannot lose touch of the whys and the hows and the whos. Like, for example, why am I doing what I do? It's an elementary principle that we had to learn, and a baseline that got us into doing what we're doing. We can't lose that. Or the who's, the joy of who we get to do it with, the people we work alongside with and for, and their families, and just the joy of and honor of serving them. And then, of course, a very important question is, how am I making the world a better place? We can't lose sight of that. Now, there's a show on CBS called The Undercover Boss, and I love it because it's one of those shows I won't admit I cry to. But as my wife and I watch this show, oftentimes it ends up in me in tears. But the premise is CEOs of organizations go down in their organization and work with the people in their organization alongside with them. So they get to smell and see and do things the way that their employees do. And often it ends up in the CEOs having a fresh perspective and a fresh understanding of the people that he's working with and why they're doing what they do. It's a very inspirational show. But as leaders and forerunners, if we get caught in the vision of what we're doing and staying at 10,000 feet continually and all the time, we lose touch. When we lose touch and we're not tangibly touching our products, it's easy to get disconnected. So get out of the office and get into the lives of the people that you're with. Touch and smell and play with. If you're in remote control cars, if that's your business, go get one off the shelf and go play with it. Remember why you're in it and enjoy what you're doing. If you're not enjoying it and you're not touching this, then maybe it's time for a change. If we lose contact with the tangible touches and being in what we do, then we're not going to know what our clients want. We're going to get out of touch with them. And so we need to go with our clients and talk to them and get their feedback and celebrate all the changes that we've made and enjoy where we've come from, because we can never lose sight of that and celebrating that. So as the professional world, it's very important. And in the personal world, on our personal lives, it's extremely important. And I'm talking literally getting our hands on something and touching it. Now, there's a couple different reasons I say that, okay? One is it keeps us balanced and it keeps the mystery in us. Here, now, for example, I'm crocheting a beanie. That's right. I'm learning how to crochet, and here it is. And, of course, I've got a lot of work to do, but I'm crocheting this thing. I'm physically touching something. Now, I said it keeps us balanced and it keeps the mystery in us, and that's absolutely right. What happens if I show up in my organization wearing a beanie, something that I've made? People will go, what is Aaron Havens doing? What's he involved in? And it's a mysterious thing. But let me tell you the importance of touching. For me, touching this crocheting project. Okay, one, I get to sit there and do this. It's quiet. I get to think. I get to reflect. I get to pray. I get to meditate. I get to physically get my hands doing something, because in my work and what I do, oftentimes that end result I never see, because I'm with people, and people are always changing and always growing. So I long for something to see. And as I crochet, I can see the results, and I can see my hands doing something, and I can achieve that. But also what it does, an important thing is this, it keeps me humble. Because as I struggle with my double knots and all that stuff, I realize I'm just human. I'm messing up all the time, and it keeps me human. So this is a good thing. It's not reports, it's not ambiguous, it's not projections, but it's something that I can touch. So here's the challenge today. As an organization, spend a day in their shoes. Get out and smell and see and do what they do. Keeps you fresh. And as a person, go out, crochet, paint, draw, dream, build, and be fully alive.